A rivalry win usually writes its own story. This one writes a dilemma. Manchester United left Anfield with a 2-1 that snapped a 9-year wait and delivered a club-first, back-to-back away wins over reigning champions in successive seasons. But the aftertaste is strategic, not sentimental. When a plan finally travels, early strike from the inside right lane, governance over high-leverage moments. Set pieces as leverage rather than decoration. What do you change when a £66.4 million center forward is sitting on the bench? Framed properly, United's problem is productive. Ruben Amorim didn't invent a new identity in a week. He enforced defaults. Penalty order is fixed. Bruno Fernandes takes, full stop. So a 12-yard moment becomes choreography, not committee. Restarts are exits by design, not giveaways. Long goal kicks into staged duels near halfway with short distances for the second contact. Throw-ins are mini set plays. Corners are crowded and flat, with a blocker on the keeper and a late back. Post run that forces the finish down, not up. The opener at Anfield took 62 seconds. Throw-in recycle, diagonal carry through the inside right corridor. Flat shot across an unset keeper. It looked simple because United drilled it to be repeatable. That repeatability is the logic behind leaving Benjamin Sesko out. A classic number 9 adds gravity. Gravity attracts passes. Passes can slow tempo. United's best chances under Amorim come before the defense sets. Early hits across the body or cutbacks cashed by the second runner while the first pins the line. A runner at 9, curving the first press, attacking blindside space, fits that tempo better than a back-to-goal wrestler who needs a touch to stable the picture. Against Liverpool's mid-press, United chose speed over shape and turned noise into territory. Longer exits, second ball traps around the center circle, and a set-piece routine that produced an 84th. Winner through traffic at the 6-yard governance. Amorim closed the noise loop publicly and privately. He fronted the media when the season staggered, confirmed Fernandes as first penalty taker despite misses, and resisted reactive swaps after single-game swings. Governance matters because big decisions arrive in seconds. Who grabs the ball? Where do rebound lanes form? Which distances protect the counter after your own corner? When the answers are pre-decided, the team moves like a unit. That's how a volatile fixture felt oddly structured. Pressing was geometry, not emotion. Shade the pivot with a curved first run. Jump the receiver's second touch. Funnel play to touch for 2 pass counters. In possession, timing beat volume. Fewer touches, better touches, most of them pointing the game forward. Now the headache. Do you reinsert Sesko and accept the tempo trade in exchange for penalty box presence? Or do you keep the false 9 ecosystem that compressed chaos at Anfield? Start with geography. United's template places. 2 playmakers in half spaces, a 9 who runs rather than wrestles, and wingbacks that can push to the byline to create the cutback lane. Sesko can run channels and finish early across the keeper. He isn't a statue, but his superpower, front post surges, aerials, pinning, shifts the shot map toward more settled attacks. That is useful against deep blocks, less so when bypassing a mid-press with long exits and hunting second balls is your edge. The selection choice bleeds into distances. With a roaming 9, United's rest defense can sit higher after their own corners because counters trigger closer to touch. The first foul is cheaper. With a pure target, the team tends to add a pass into feet, which stretches spacing behind the ball. Lose it, and the opponent's first out ball is cleaner. The goalkeeper choice links too. Sene Lamens offers 2-footed range and calm restarts, which helps stage those halfway duels and keeps United out of slow central buildup. If the 9 asks for early ground passes into feet, the keeper's risk profile changes. Anfield rewarded the low negotiation version. Kick long when the press bites, claim clean when the box crowds, reset quickly after contact. Set pieces are the third lever. United's corners under Amorim are industrial. Screens, flat flights, late runs. A classic number 9 adds a second aerial target and complicates the opponent's assignment tree. But the payoff depends on where the rebound falls. The template that scored the winner loaded the keeper, dragged bodies to the near post, then attacked the channel between penalty spot and back post. You can keep the same design with or without Šeško. What changes is decoy value. If he plays, use him as the near post gravity to open the back post lane for a late runner. If he sits, distribute aerial threat among center backs and a timing-based runner like Mount. Opponents will adjust. Expect the next run of fixtures to bring deeper blocks, slower stadiums, and fewer transitions. That environment tempts teams into sterile possession or blind crosses, exactly the habits Amorim is trying to delete. Here's the counterplan. Start 5 meters narrower on the right so the first touch is already in the pocket. You're 1 pass from the box, not 2. Maintain a hard rule on crosses, only when the back line is moving. Otherwise, recycle. Split set-piece duties by angle and state. In-swinging when chasing, outswing when protecting, to harvest second balls rather than hunt perfect first headers. Keep the near pivot 5 meters outside the circle after your own corners to kill the instant switch. None of this requires a different striker. It requires the same choreography on a slower stage. So where does Šeško fit? As a situational amplifier. Start the fluid front in games where the opponent wants a fight in midfield. Add Šeško when the game compresses and you need gravity to tilt the box. Use him from the 60th minute to change the channel count on crosses and give defenders a different reference point. Pair him with a late-arriving 8 on the weak side and a wingback who actually hits the byline. Above all, keep the early shot habit. Even with a target, the most efficient chances arrive before feet set or via cutbacks across moving defenders. The final variable is human. Benching a marquee signing after a signature win can sour mood or sharpen focus. Amorim's tone since summer has been clinical. Roles over names, routine over adrenaline. That buys him the credibility to rotate without drama, so long as the results match the rhetoric. The Anfield win felt like a process claim. If we keep these scripts, the scoreboard follows. The headache is a privilege. It means the plan works well enough that re-entry must be earned, not gifted. If United embrace that stance, the next month becomes a validation loop. Do the inside right patterns produce the same early shots against quieter crowds? Does the long exit second ball machine still create throw-ins and corners in high volume when the opponent refuses to press? Do set pieces stay flat and late or drift toward float and hope? If the answers align, the table will move without fireworks. And when Šeško returns, it will be as a tactical option inside a fixed grammar, not as a slogan about unlocking a number 9. One line to close. The win didn't force a fairy tale, it forced a choice. Keep the blueprint that travels, or bend it for a big name and hope the rhythm survives.